Hello, everyone, and welcome to PBN 2017 Today. I am Wendy Y. Bailey, your Income Acceleration Mentor. I'm also your host for this talk show focused on interviewing some of my amazing super friends who are business experts, who are guest ambassadors, speakers of Play Bigger Now 2017. I want to get us started with a little bit of information about Play Bigger Now 2017. I want to play a little bit of music for you and show some information to tell you about Play Bigger Now, and then I will introduce our guest for the time that we're together. Make sure my music is playing.
Okay.
I hear some people saying, okay, it's coming. It's just taking it a minute. The computer is a little taxed, but welcome here. This is our first time doing Play Bigger PBN 2017 Today. It's late in the day, and late in the day, for some reason, it gets hotter. And it means I sweat a little bit more than usual. So hopefully I still look kind of cool and collected on camera. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to be here. Welcome everybody to PBN 2017 Today. Glad you could be here to join us. Hello, hello, hello. If you're checking in, be sure to share in the comments where you are checking in with us from. We'd love to get to know you and see what brought you here and where you're joining us from. We're going to start our program in just a second. Thanks so much for being here. Be sure to share the video, you guys, from Facebook to let people know that we are here. Let them know that we are broadcasting on Facebook at facebook.com/Wendy Y. Bailey Biz. You can tune in here and check us out. We're glad you decided to take this time to join us. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome. Glad you guys are joining us. We're playing a little bit of music for you. Go ahead and say hello and let us know where you are joining us from. Thank you guys so much for being here. Awesome. Thank you guys again for being here. This is PBN 2017 Today. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey. I'm your host for this show where I get to interview some of my amazing super friends who are powerful business experts, and they're going to be supporting you at Play Bigger Now 2017. We also have some guests who are part of this dialogue as well, and we're going to make it lots of fun. So we hope you'll join in and share in the comments with us. I want to go ahead and introduce you to one of our guests for the evening. I'm going to introduce you to Miss Ellen Finkelstein. And thank you so much for being here. Let me shut the music off completely because now it's distracting me. A lot of moving parts and a lot of multitasking, so I've got to have a minute to get used to that. Ellen, go ahead and welcome to the show, and go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, thank you for having me, Wendy. This is exciting. I think this is my first Be Live TV. I've done Blabs, which doesn't exist anymore, and I've done, some Facebook Live things, but not this specific one. So what I do is I help people communicate their message to the world. And the name of my website is changetheworldmarketing.com. I think that kind of says it all. And my specialties are helping people with writing and speaking so that they can get their message out to the world, but still make a living at it. So I talk about having a business and turning their message into a business. And one of my specialties in my specialty is helping people with their presentations.
Awesome. Awesome. Ellen, thank you so much for being here. Now, most people who know you know what you do, but the format of the show is really to give people a more personal glimpse into who you are and what you're about. So tell us where you are joining us from.
I'm joining from Fairfield, Iowa. And those of you who can hear such things might know that I didn't grow up in Fairfield, Iowa. From my accent, we'll make that a little quiz. Where am I from? But
Boston?
no, that's not a Boston accent.
New
No.
York?
Yeah, it's a New York accent.
I knew
They
it was
have
another, yeah.
Yeah, they have a saying, you can take the girl out of New York, but you can't take. But I'm here in Fairfield, Iowa. It's a small rural college town. My husband was a professor before he retired. And partly because of where I am, it's not near anything. And so that actually shaped a lot of my business in the sense that it wasn't easy for me to travel. So I ended up having an online business and doing a lot of my speaking online as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Ellen, tell us about your bucket list. What's one item that's on your bucket list?
I think one item on my bucket list is I used to be a real horse nut and ride horses, and I haven't done it in a long time, and I rarely do it. But one of the things I never did was ride a horse on a beach and in the water, like actually while the horse is swimming and be on the horse while the horse is swimming. To me, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm 65 and I don't do too much anymore, but that's still on my bucket list.
That's a big one. That's a really big one. Thank you to those folks who are joining us as viewers. Go ahead and share our video so that people know that we are here. We're going to be here for a little bit longer and would love for you to participate in being part of the show. I want to bring another guest on, and I'm going to bring on Rebecca. Rebecca Victor is with us. And I want to spend a few minutes talking with you, Rebecca. Tell us a little bit about where you are joining us from.
I'm joining you, Wendy, tonight from Dayton, Ohio, in the southern suburb. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So you're not like proper Dayton. You're like in Metro Dayton. Is that what you mean?
Yes, a suburb, yes, called Kettering.
Okay, awesome. And tell me about how you came to do what you do.
You know, it's work, I think, that I've been doing all my life. And to finally realize that there was a profession behind it that I could learn and grow and become certified in and actually be of service in that way was really how it came to be for me.
Awesome. That's awesome. I think that one thing I know about you is you're definitely a spiritual kind of leader. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the funniest client that you've ever experienced in your spiritual journey. Because sometimes spiritual means different things to different people. Sure. So I'd love for you to share with our viewers a funny story about your spiritual adventure.
Sure. One of the clients I had was a woman who had and still does have a very successful massage practice. And she was in the process of trying to expand and create a school with respect to some of the work that she had done that had really had profound influences on her clients. And so she came to me and she was going to be working through that process. And she'd also deciding that, she wanted more. She ends up becoming an artist. And she's taking classes now and she's showing us pictures. And it's been wonderful to see how this entire process moved in a way she hadn't expected. And now she's got her own art on the walls, and it's just had profound influences for she and her clients.
Awesome. Awesome. And what made that funny? Tell me what made that funny for you as a people, somebody supporting her.
I think just her entire sense of disbelief about the whole thing, because she had not really gone into the work that we were doing together with that sense. And just for her, it was just like a subtle shock And it struck me as funny because we really never know when we're starting to really move on our journey where we're going to end up. Especially when we start getting really connected with ourselves and we marvel, I think, at who we are. So that was one way.
Yeah, it kind of surprises people. Yeah, we're back. Thank you, Nachi. The video switched all of a sudden, and that's me driving something new and trying to figure out how to drive a little bit more. Yeah. I love that things just happen. Sometimes technology kind of has a mind of its own. And if you don't know the technology, that makes it even more interesting and inviting. So, bear with me, you guys, as we are kind of in this flow and practicing some stuff and kind of trying to figure out how it all goes. I want to take a little bit of a break, and I want to add, let me see if I can do it without, oh, okay. I want to share something from my Facebook. This is something new. I didn't know I could do this, so I'm kind of like, okay, let's see if I can do this. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to be sharing a photo from Facebook in just a second. The thing that I love about Facebook and about Be Live in particular, you can really take a look at stuff in a way that is very supportive and very inviting. And you can do some new and interesting and innovative things as you go through Facebook. So let me take a minute and I want to show you guys, if I can get to it. I want to show you guys. Oh, it won't let me show it. Okay, let me show something. Let me go ahead and give you a peek into, there we go. Yay, okay, I'm gonna put you back in the lobby, Rebecca. Actually, I think I need to do it this way. I wanna take a minute to introduce you to our next guest for PBN 2017, Barbara J. Faison. Barbara is a digital presenter and she's a mindfulness and meditation ambassador. So I'm going to invite Barbara to join us. Barbara, we're coming live to you in just a couple of seconds. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There she is.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Barbara, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for being here this evening. What I would love for you to do is talk about, like I know you've been doing mindfulness strategies and meditation for a number of years. So tell us about how you got started and tell us about kind of what that experience has been like for you.
Well, I have been doing my...
Uh-oh, you're breaking up. Is it my connection or yours? Hold on. Let's see. I can't hear you. Can the people who are watching us let me know if you can hear me?
I've been 20 years. Hear me better now?
I can hear better now. It sounded like a bad connection, and I just want to make sure it's not mine.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So okay. So the backstory is.
Uh-oh. Can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I think your headset is going in and out. I think that's what's happening. Still can't hear you.
Let me try to switch. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you great.
Okay. Okay, great. So over 20 some odd years ago, I started meditating. And as you know, Wendy, I've worked in corporate America over 30 years. So what I did was, in order to balance the stress of working in a corporate environment, I just kind of pulled that into life. And I started doing what I called OMG, Office Meditation Group.
Office Meditation Group, we can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. I think something came in on your computer and it cut you out for a second.
Okay.
Did something just ding, like a message just ding or something? because after that
Yeah.
you cut out. But I can hear you now.
Okay. But I've been having a hard time hearing you most of the time. So unfortunately, I don't know if it's my connection or your connection or the combination of what's going on. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, so I pulled in what I'd learned from meditation and mindfulness, and I just took it into my job because
Okay, I think it's your connection. Not sure what's going on. Okay, we're having a hard time hearing Barbara. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm glad you guys are still with us. Can hear you on and off is what people are sharing with us. So let me just tell you that we're excited as a group. Get my camera the right place. There we go. We're excited as a group of people who are, presenting to you at Play Bigger Now 2017. The digital presenters are especially amazing, and it's because I handpicked them. I handpicked also the content crashers. But what's really cool about the digital presenters is they have amazing presentations that they are creating a great content to support the guest of Play Bigger Now. I see, Nachi, that you are here. Are you camera ready? Can you jump on? I see that Thisha, you are here. Are you camera ready? And Estelle, can you jump on? We would love to see you and be part of what you're sharing. I want to make sure you guys know about Barbara's presentation that's going to be coming up. It's tomorrow evening. That's Thursday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find out more about Barbara's presentation and you can register for it. Let me type in the information here so you can see it. Go to businessbeyondlimits.com, mindful business. And I love that Barbara is a mindfulness and meditation expert, and she's going to be sharing as part of Play Bigger Now 2017, mindful strategies to help you succeed in business. I love how cool that is. I love how fun that is, but I also love the help that it's going to give you for creating clarity, for multitasking less, and reducing your stress level in your business. I love all of what that does. I typed in the information so you can find it. I want to go to another photo that I think is kind of a fun photo. I hope I can get to it this time. It wouldn't let me get to it before. So let me see if it'll let me go to it now. Let's see. Here we go. There are people who are part of Play Bigger Now that I want to tell you about. The people that you see on the screen are Kristen Thompson and Bernadette L. Harris and TJ Mercer and Melanie Dewberry and Shonda Rowe and Lisa Marie Platsky. They are our main stage speakers. And we do have a couple more that we're going to be bringing in as part of Play Bigger Now 2017. The cool thing about these speakers is they're powerhouse experts. All of us, our speakers are really amazing. And these folks will be delivering to you at the event on site. Kristen is going to be talking about how to rock your talk from the stage. So she's going to be talking about speaking and how to craft your talk and your offer so that you make lots more money. Bernadette L. Harris is going to be talking about scalable systems. Melanie Dewberry is going to be talking about the power of naming. Shonda Rowe is a wealth shift specialist. That's kind of what I call him. And then Lisa Marie Platsky is really going to be talking about leadership. And TJ Mercer, if you guys don't know her, you know she is the reality TV coach who can help you get found and seen on the media. What I'd love for you to do is go to playbiggernow2017.com. playbiggernow2017.com. And I want you to know that you can register at playbiggernow2017.com. Between now and Friday, there is an early bird special that you can take advantage of. It's $300 savings on your ticket, whether it's a guest ticket or a VIP ticket. You can also invite a friend. So it's bring a friend with your ticket between now and Friday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. And you can also access my Sales and Marketing Academy for 90 days, where you're going to get hands-on support, you're going to get live video training and group coaching, as well as lots of powerhouse content to support you in your business. That's at Play Bigger Now 2017. Be sure that you use the coupon code Early Bird. Use the coupon code Early Bird, all lowercase, one word, Early Bird. Use the coupon code Early Bird so that you can take full advantage of the opportunity. I'm going to go back over here to Rebecca. And Rebecca, I love that you're just here and ready to go. Thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
I'm going to leave the coupon code up. Rebecca, you and I talked a minute ago, and I'm going to ask you the same question that I posed to Ellen. Mm-hmm. And the question was very simply, what's on your bucket list?
One thing is on my bucket list, Wendy, is we had a young man who came and lived with us for a year from Bratislava, Slovakia. And on my bucket list is for my husband and my sons and I to go and spend time with him there in his home and meet his family, and then just travel throughout Austria and Slovakia and Europe. So that's one of the bucket lists.
Awesome. Very, very cool. It sounds like you had an interesting encounter with him that kind of, prompted your interest in going over there. What was that like, having someone live in your home from a different country?
It was amazing to realize what we took for granted as being simple was for him something very new. One of the biggest things was the fact that I didn't do a lot of cooking from scratch. If I can have someone cook for me, all the better. However, he came from a home where, you go and they go get fresh bread, and, his grandmother would make fresh soup, and they would leave for lunch from school and go home and have soup, and they'd come back a couple of hours later and finish. So it was all new for him. And he would come and we'd have soup, and I'd pull something from a can or whatever. His whole face was like trying to be kind, but I'm like, hey man, you don't have to eat it. And so it ended up one of his favorite cookies were fudge cookies, the fudge with the chocolate stripe. I mean, those remind him more closely of being at home. So it was and he loved warm milk. They didn't like anything cold, and he didn't like air conditioning. So it was just very interesting to get acclimated, to that.
Yeah, sounds like an interesting time indeed.
Oh,
I see that we're sort of got a few minutes left. We've got just a few minutes left. Barbara, I want to come back to you and see if we can get you on our broadcast. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for being here.
Thank you, Wendy.
Barbara J., can you hear me?
Thank you.
Can you hear me, Barbara J.? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Barbara? I don't think Barbara can hear me. Can you hear me, Barbara? Yeah, Barbara can't hear me. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to go back on screen. I told you a little bit about Play Bigger Now. What I want to make sure you guys know is this is an event that will be like none other. Oh, Ellen is back. Hey, Ellen, glad you're back. This is an event that's going to be like none other. The way that I've created Play Bigger Now is so that it is a live event, it's a video summit, and it's a telesummit, all wrapped up into one powerful business boosting event. It's a live event where there are live speakers. It's a video summit where there are virtual video speakers, and it's a telesummit because there are audio speakers as well. And I'm going to bring Ellen back because Ellen is actually one of our content crashers, or what I call one of our audio speakers. Ellen, thank you so much for jumping back in. I'm glad to see you back over here.
I had to restart my computer.
Yeah, I understand. Some of it is technology, and I read something just a few minutes ago, in fact, that said Mercury is now in retrograde. So we've got like 2.5, 3 weeks or so that we're going to be into this communications vortex where technology may not work like it typically works for us. So I'm glad that I didn't used to believe in Mercury and retrograde, but I have learned that every time I say I don't believe in it, I get caught in the vortex. Like something happened. And because something has happened, it forces me to recognize Mercury in retrograde. So I'm glad you're back. And let me ask you, I know that you are focused in your content crash on some of the work that you do, but I want to hear something, interesting and fun about you. I thought it was kind of cool. There are two things I thought were kind of cool related to you. The first thing I thought was you live in two different places depending on what time of year it is. That's the first thing. And the second thing I thought was kind of cool was everyone thinks your name is spelled one way and then it's actually spelled another way. And I was one of the people who made the mistake of spelling it the wrong way. So talk to us a little bit about, first of all, you living in two different places and why you guys have come to do that.
We grew up, as I said earlier, in New York, where the coldest, the record cold temperature for ever in New York City is -13. And here I've experienced -25 twice in the last 28 years. It gets really, really cold here. And both my husband and I, when we got to be about 50, it was really hard. So we go down to Florida for the winter, and we're lucky. We have, my husband's sister lives down there. So we have some support to move down, to be down there for 4 months. So that's one thing. Now, what was your other question? Oh, my name. Actually, the hardest thing is for people to pronounce it, because there are two ways to pronounce it, Finkelstein and Finkelstein. And It's my husband's parents' name, and they pronounce it Finkelstein, so that's how I pronounce it. But a lot of people pronounce it Finkelstein. But yes, people misspell it. They go L-E, they go I-E. My maiden name is just as hard. I'm just used to it.
Well, I thought it was interesting. When I posted your banner on Twitter, I was so proud that I got all of the content crashers and I was able to marshal all of the photos and send them off to my designer and get her to create them all. And then you kind of posted on Twitter, you spelled my name wrong. And my husband was the one that recognized it and went, of all the things to get your name spelled wrong.
Well, you're not the first person, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's okay because I was able to get my designer to fix it, in a couple of days. So that worked out well. The thing that I love, though, is this event has taught me so much about working with people from different backgrounds, from different experiences, who serve different people because of the personalities. And I'm very much a relationship person. So I connect with people in terms of relationship in a big way. And it's been a joy to connect with people, to get to know folks, to understand, how people think and how people operate. And all of it has just been kind of exciting in a way to see all of that kind of come together. It also has given me a glimpse into how people run their businesses, how people manage their time and how people run their businesses and build relationships beyond what I even imagined. The example that I give, I was just going to say, Ellen, the example that I'll give is you. We met because someone that I met at a conference where I spoke last year said, you guys need to meet.
That was Wendy Fisher, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah, I remember because of the two Wendys.
Yes. Yeah, and she just thought we should meet. And I'm so glad that we did because of the work that you do and because of, I've gotten to see, I'm on your mailing list, so I've gotten to see how you communicate with your tribe and the kinds of things that you offer and support people, your clients in doing. In our content crash recording, we talk a lot about that in depth. And, I'm just grateful to you for sharing in that dialogue with me, where we talked about what you do.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure. And I also have had that experience of the joy of getting to know people actually all around the world. occasionally I'll get an email from somebody in Syria or South Sudan, or like these crazy places. It's so amazing when you work online, the opportunity to meet people all around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty to me of internet marketing. Because if you're in business, if you're not marketing via the internet, or if you're not using it to market, you're really missing out on that opportunity to reach people across the world. It's funny because sometimes I'll go out locally and interact with people. And usually it's when I'm running errands, or, I'm getting my hair cut, or I'm doing something like that. And I'm always tickled at the surprise that people have when they say, oh, well, I bet you have a lot of clients in Atlanta. And I go, well, actually, most of my clients are all over the country and the world. And they kind of go, really? How do you do that? Well, the internet does it for me. Technology offers me such wonderful opportunities to connect with people from everywhere. It's like Rebecca is saying about the student, the Slavian student who came to spend time with them. And now she has a desire to actually go visit that part of the world.
Right.
It opens up so many opportunities for you.
Right. Right now, I've been thinking lately about this saying. It's from Sanskrit. It's "the world is my family." And I think it's really appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Very, very much so. Ellen, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pop Rebecca back up here for just a second. And I just want to thank you guys for being here and close us out. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca, welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the hang of this by our second episode, I think. I'll be really good at this. Because, it's multitasking at its finest. I got to tell you, it is totally different, totally new. It's dealing with something differently than I ever thought I would be. And I think I'm getting the hang of it. And I think I'll even get better as we go on. Wow, I see that a couple other people have popped on. We're supposed to be here for about 30 minutes, but I'm going to keep going with that. Yeah, thank you, Ellen, and thank you, Rebecca, for sharing in this. I'm going to pop in Thisha.
Can I say
join.
one thing?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I just have to tell you how impressed. I've invited several people to come and participate because I really wanted them to meet not only the people that were coming to Say Bigger Now, but to also witness you and your finest. I really appreciate your authenticity, Wendy, and how when stuff shows up, you just roll with it anyway, and you make it, you work with it. It still is valuable, and you follow through on your commitment, and that's impressive to me. So that was really why I felt that by inviting people that I felt that they could really, see you do great work. And it's fun listening and learning about Ellen, and to also eventually hear Barbara. So I'll be quiet now because I know, is it Thisha?
Thisha.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much for saying that. And Thisha, I've got you on mute, but I'm going to take you off mute. If you've got a Facebook window open, that might be your echo if you're hearing an echo. If you have two windows open. Right now, I don't hear it. I heard it when you first came on and I muted you. I think you probably closed it.
Right, yeah, I closed it.
Welcome to the show, Miss Thisha. Glad you could join us.
Hi. Yes.
Yeah. Tell us where you're hailing from. Tell us where you're hailing from this evening.
Texas.
Say it again.
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. I don't know if you knew this, but that's my old stomping ground. Like I lived in Houston for about a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was an experience for me. It was really an experience for me. Tell us about. Are you originally?
I am originally from Houston, and actually, I'm from a small town about 30 miles south of
Okay, you just
Houston called LaPorte.
What is it called?
Can you hear me now?
I can. What's it called?
LaPorte, Texas.
Okay.
And
I thought you were going to say something like Missouri City or Prairie Land, or, something like that.
No, LaPorte. Yeah, we're 30 miles outside of Houston, and that's where I was. I live in Houston, but it's actually Channelview. But it's easier to say Houston than it is to try to explain that.
Yes, I understand. After living there, I know there are a lot of little towns around it, and a little bit of distance. And even though I lived there before, I was there in 85 and 80 has totally changed since then. And I got an opportunity to visit last year in November, and it's like a totally different place now, like a totally different place than you might imagine, a totally different place because they built the gateway, the Beltway, I think is what they call it. They built the gateway. They built the, a lot of the shortcut highways across the widespread area that is Metro Houston. Exactly. So it's just very, very, very different. I want to play a little bit of a game, and let me see. I'm going to play it with you because you're here, Miss Thesha. I'm going to play a game, and the game that we're going to play is Plead the Fifth.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen this. Yes, I don't know if you've seen this. We're going to try to do it. And let me just thank Estelle, who is, she was in our chat. I don't know if she's still here, but Estelle supported me by brainstorming ideas for this particular talk show. Okay. So this is ideas that she came up with. And I knew that I had to have some framework for it. And the only framework that I have for it, just so you know, is I've seen it on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live. I've seen it. So I don't have anything written down. I don't have anything planned. We're just going to go with it and see what happens. Sound good?
Right. I'm game.
Okay. So the first question I want to ask, and we're going to go through 3 questions and see how it turns out.
Okay.
Again, this is me kind of coming up with something. So we'll see how creative I can be in this process. So the first question is, you have gone out on a blind date. Mm-hmm. True, false, or plead the fifth?
False. No.
Okay. All right. The second question or statement is, you have skydived. True or false, or plead the fifth? Oh, she said false real quick on that one. Like, no, I have not done that. Okay. The third question is, you have eaten leftovers from someone else's plate. True, false, or plead the fifth? Ellen loves that. Ellen's in the lobby just cracking up.
False.
Okay, I'm going to go 2 more questions. How about 2 more questions? Because this is kind of interesting. You have disguised yourself during Halloween as something far removed from who you really are. True or false? Or plead the fifth?
False.
You just got too many falses. I'm trying to get you to plead the fifth on something or tell me something really, really cool that you've done. The last one I'll give you is this. You have been forced to change your clothes in a public restroom before. True, false, or plead the fifth?
True.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
true.
Awesome. That was kind of interesting, I thought, especially since I didn't have any planned questions. I just kind of came up with them on the fly. And so the last thing I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to close out our show for the evening. And the question is this. Name something. Tell us about something. I'll do it a different way. Tell us about something that you have done that people would be really, really surprised to know about you. And let me give my own example while you think about it, because this is impromptu. I didn't plan it. And let me get you to turn your camera down a little bit because we see a whole lot of headroom. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I'll share my story. People don't know this, but there was a time in my life that I was a direct sales professional. And that's actually code for I was part of a multi-level marketing, network marketing organization, direct sales organization. And I sold fine china, crystal, and silver. It was like a party plan type of model. So I went into people's homes and I would, set up my crystal display and everybody would invite their friends. The hostess would invite her friends and we would try to sell crystal to her friends who were there. And I was selling so much crystal. And I did it full time for about a year and a half. I was selling so much crystal that I was the number two in my area.
Wow.
And I was the number 6 consultant in the country and won a trip to Spain. So that's something that most people don't know about me. I was selling some crystal. Like I was really selling some crystals. I was packing it up. I was unloading it. I was decorating it. I knew how to do some stuff with some crystal. And I had like $800, $1,500 shows because it was my livelihood. So I made it work. So what is something that people don't know about you, Miss Thisha?
Right.
They would be surprised to hear about your experience, about your journey, about your life.
Okay. Wow.
Rebecca's cracking up over there. She's like, "What are you guys talking about? This is fun stuff. What do you mean?"
Let's see. Well, here's something most people would probably be surprised about because of my strong work ethic. Mm-hmm. I did have a job one time. I was working for a facility, and I didn't walk off the job, but I've always given people notice. I actually walked into the office and just quit on the spot, and that's so unlike me. But for me, it was a matter of ethics. Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those times where I thought, you know what? 2 weeks isn't going to do it. But for anyone who knows me, because I previously have been an HR director, and so I'm a real stickler about because you don't burn bridges. And so that's something I think that would surprise people about me, that I actually quit a job on the spot without notice.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear that too, because I know you well enough to know that that is out of character for you, for sure. Yeah. For sure. And what's one personal bit of information that people would be surprised to know about you as well? Something personal.
I think people.
Uh-oh. We lost your connection. Start again.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So something personal that people would be surprised to know about me. I think that most people are very shocked when I tell them that I'm not an extrovert. Oh,
because you're so powerful in your presentations. Yes, and how
I think that people are really surprised by that.
You know what's interesting? You say that, but you know, I think what's wow, that was interesting. The whole broadcast just dumped us. I'm going to bring you back, Miss Thisha. Yeah, you know, I don't think, I'm not as surprised by that personal tidbit because I think of people like Beyonce. You know, Beyonce, most people don't know, is an introvert as well. Right. And she will tell you that her alter ego is Sasha Fierce when she gets on stage. Yes. And that's when she's dancing her behind off and she's, you know, hair flying in the wind and she's singing her heart out. And she's really an introvert. She's basically a really shy person. So I think that's very cool, very interesting. I'm going to bring Ellen back on, and I'm going to bring Rebecca back on. And let's see how many people we can get here. Okay, I've got Rebecca, Thisha, and I don't have Rebecca. I think Rebecca is waiting. So let me pop you out, Thisha. And let's bring Rebecca back on. I want to hear something personal about you guys, and then we will close out our show for the evening. Mm-hmm. So what's the personal surprise that the personal thing that people would be surprised to know about you, Ellen? She's like, oh, you came to me first? Okay, Rebecca, what about you? Because Rebecca may have had time to think about it. Because I saw Ellen's face like, no, not me first. So let's go to Rebecca. Did you see her expression on her face, Rebecca? Like, no. What's the personal thing about you that people would be surprised to know, Rebecca?
Well, I tell you, I was having fun with that question when he presented it. And really, I don't know if it's so much personal, But something that people don't know about me is that I'm really good at doing the alphabet on a burp.
Okay. That's a really unique talent.
It's just, I was very good at it. I sing professionally, and it's like, how can I have the abdominal fortitude to really go through with that? And can I do it? And people are like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Yes, I can do the alphabet on a burp. I wonder how many other people can do that.
I love it. Not too many, I'm sure. I love it. That's very funny. Very funny. What about you, Miss Ellen? What's a hidden talent or something personal that people would be surprised to learn or know about you?
I'm not sure how personal this is, but because I do a lot of speaking and a lot of presentations, I think my sort of secret thing is that I'm not really a good speaker. And when I do webinars and record them, I always take them into Camtasia and do edit out all my uhs and my ums and my pauses.
Wow, you're working hard over there, Miss Ellen. Wow.
And I'm not getting better. It's not like it gets better because they will tell you, put your attention on it and that'll help. And it's like, no, I've been doing this for years.
It doesn't happen that way. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being part of PBN today. I really appreciate the opportunity to have been here to share this experience with you. Once again, I would love to invite you to be part of Play Bigger Now. Ooh, I got to spell it right, though. Play Bigger Now 2017. I still can't spell. Remember, if you go to playbiggernow2017.com and you use the early bird code, early bird, all lowercase, no spaces, you can save $300 on your ticket. You can buy a ticket and bring a friend with you, and you'll have 90-day access, plus your friend will have 90-day access to More Coaching Clients Sales and Marketing Academy. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey. I'm your Income Acceleration Mentor, and I'm the conference host for Play Bigger Now 2017. It's been a joy and delight entertaining you, giving you the opportunity to get to know some of the people who are part of Play Bigger Now 2017. And remember, we're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join me on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Wendy Y. Bailey Biz. Your coupon code Early Bird expires on Friday, August 18th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Thanks everybody for being here, and have a great evening. We'll see you next week.